right, we're going to talk about the Alliance Core issue. Boy, you see, with Dorky Dad, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. A little bit better now that at least they've come forward and said something.
Yeah, I think we got to start at the beginning. Yesterday, I made a pretty salty video saying, please adjust exploits, and I called them out on how they have a history of not fixing things that are broken and not even acknowledging. And I specifically was quoting the Alliance War shelling, blitz bots, even the Silver Surfer issue probably wouldn't have been addressed if Casino hadn't been involved with that, right? Yeah, I mean, it's absurd, right? And so I got to give credit to where credit's due. Probably within like an hour and a half after posting this video, they do acknowledge it, but they kind of acknowledge it in a weird way. And that's why I wanted to get your take on it, because I think we're both in a similar place in the game. We both play in very hyper competitive alliances. Would you say? I mean, we play against each other in alliance wars, and it's a lot of super intense people that we interact with that are playing this game, like really hardcore. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, the most engaged, the most invested, the most try hard for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So this is the post, and it's on Reddit, and you can see that it has 0 upvotes. I guess I probably got downvoted. It's probably hard to find on Reddit because I got downvoted. And this is from Cerebro, and this was just right after my video went out, maybe like an hour and a half. There was an issue, Alliance donation issue. Notice that they don't call it exploit or cheat or anything like that. They just call it Alliance donation issue. There was an issue during the Stark Armory stockpile event where in certain cases an Alliance donation could count for progress against 2 days. This problem will be corrected for any future events of this type. It's funny the way they worded this, right? It's super legalistically worded. Like you could tell, like every word of these sentences was like analyzed before they published it. We'll be sending out compensation in the near future from the form of a login calendar. We apologize for any issues we may have caused and appreciate your patience while we work to address this. What's the first thing you thought when you saw this?
What patience? What patience are you talking about? Nobody has patience right now. Everybody's worried about the integrity behind the ranked awards. And actually, now that you just read that, the last sentence of the first paragraph, this problem will be corrected for any future events of this type. And like you said, they didn't call it a cheat. They didn't call it an exploit. Maybe this is an intended feature for this donation thing that we're talking about. So maybe we can talk about it. They're not
Yeah.
calling it an exploit.
Yeah, they're not calling it an exploit. So basically what they and I don't fully understand how it is. I just know that people could take advantage. People that knew about this could take advantage and get of other people. And the one thing that I'm hearing, and I think you're hearing the same thing, is I spent money on this event, and if I don't place in the top 1%, I'm going to quit the game. How many people are saying that? Did you even say that yourself?
My leader said that to me. And when my leader said that to me, he's one of the people that I really enjoy playing this game with. And so the thought crossed my mind, like, hey, if I lose, well, I won't say his name. If I lose my leader and I lose these 3 people who had the same sentiment, and then other people are saying, well, if all these people leave, then I'm just going to go to a different alliance because I don't want to deal with a rebuild. Literally, like a crushing force on the alliance. And if the alliance goes, what am I going to do? Right?
Yeah.
Like,
See, the only way that I feel that this could be truly be fair is if everybody gets bumped up a level of rewards. Like the people that, because the problem with this event is that people that knew about this issue, they could be in a higher tier, and people that weren't using this issue are potentially getting lower rewards than people that knew about it. Because there's people that knew about it and actually did it. There's people that knew about it and didn't do it. I'm in that category. I think you are too. And then there was people that just didn't know about it, right? You know what I mean? And this has been around for a long time. And so unless everybody, like potentially there's groups of people out there that are getting dropped down a tier, they're going to miss being in the top 1% or the top whatever percent. I can't even remember the breakdowns on it. Is it even in game anymore? The breakdowns? I mean, how else is there? A login calendar is not fixing this problem, right?
no, unless the login calendar has 60 tier 16 armory orbs, which I doubt. Because that's the difference between the second grade and the top grade. And it's the people who are aiming for the top grade that played super legitly that if they're bumped down, they're going to be super, super bummed. And we don't know what kind of brackets these rewards are going to be in. See, it's
Right.
1%.
Right.
But it's not going to be the entire game population because there's a lot of people
Right.
who opened 0 orbs. You didn't get
Correct.
any orbs
Right.
for free.
Yeah,
So
and so the problem is that at least the people that I've been talking about, people that spent cores, and I know I would feel this way. Like if I spent cores on this event, I played the game the way, without doing this issue. I don't even know what to call it because they call it an issue, right? And before I was calling it an exploit. But if I don't hit the top I mean, I would think that if I got bumped down into the 2 to 5%. Because of this, you know what I mean? That's not fair. I feel like I need that difference. If I was in the 6 to 10% and I was supposed to, if this issue didn't exist and I would have placed in the 2 to 5%, how do you make people whole? A calendar's not going to make people whole. I think everybody needs to get bumped up a tier of rewards because potentially people that took advantage of this basically got put into the top higher percentage bracket, right? I don't get it. And this said this. I just want to read this post on Reddit, which kind of is more. They use more colorful language than I would use. Compensation for the cheaters/exploiters. So let me think about this announcement from Scopely about the exploiting problem. And they're quoting cheat, take advantage of an old exploit, take the event rewards, and you, Scopely, going to compensate them also? So you're encouraging people to do the same on future? I mean, this is a legitimate complaint, correct?
yeah, for sure. And honestly, from the way Scopely is addressing this problem, I have to assume they have no way of identifying the honest from the unhonest. Because like you said, some people could have done this on accident. And
Correct.
there's a sentiment that, oh, you need a lot of cohesion in your alliance, a lot of organization to get that extra box.
This is very easy to do accidentally. This is very easy to do accidentally. And I don't think there's a way of them seeing, like, or maybe, is it even oh my God. The problem is they created this problem, right? And I want to, let's just double back. I'm worried about pointing fingers at people and calling people exploiters or cheapers and Scopely's not even willing to do that. They're calling it an issue, right? And here's the thing. We need to focus. You and I kind of agree on this, right? The problem is Scopely. They knew about this issue. It's been in the game for a long time, more than years. It's been my understanding, and I just found out about it this week. But my understanding is that this has been in the game for years, and it's been reported before. I mean, how many of the other, people that we know say, yeah, this has been around a long time. I mean, so many people say, yeah, this has been here forever, right? And so it's Scopely created the problem. They have to make it right. A certain percentage of the player base is going to take advantage of it, and that's fine, right? I mean, I think that's always going to be like that way in everything in life, right? And it's like, just because I didn't participate in it and you didn't participate in it, doesn't mean that people won't. But Scopely is the only people that had the power to make this not happen. And for me to get mad at other players seems like a waste of time when it's really Scopely's fault.
100%. And I'll be completely honest right now. If there was no ranked rewards and it wasn't pushing the honest players, like you said, down, I would probably turn a blind eye to it. Be like, okay, whatever. You want to be sketchy, you be sketchy. But the fact that this affects your fellow community members is the big problem. So yes, it is up to Scopely to fix it. I think your suggestion of bumping everybody up is probably the best way to do it, because you also have to take into account that people spent almost half as much cores to get the highest rewards for this. If people knew the cost for this event was actually half of what we assumed it was, would have taken part instead.
Oh yeah, people in my chat say, you're stupid for spending cores. You could have spent half as much. People were saying that to me yesterday in my chat. You know what I mean? Because I didn't. I'm not using this. I'm not getting involved with this. Well, you're dumb. You wasted money. That's what people are saying to me, and I'm like, oh, just because I don't want to do it, you know what I mean? This is a very good point. This is making and talking about last year. Just to remind you, people, I guess, that around this time last year, you had alliance jumpers back and forth between the alliance based on lunar year milestones. Your apology to the community was to have a login counted for those who didn't cheat and jump for those milestones. And cheat is the wrong word. I don't like the word cheat because I feel like this is stuff that can happen through normal gameplay. Like, yep. This is something that's built into the game. It's not like they're hacking into the game and changing the APK files, or that is cheating, right? exploiting might be the right word. But for those who didn't exploit and jump for those reward milestones, yet this is what happened last year. Yet when the login calendars went out, you sent it to everyone, even those who jumped alliances and received a windfall. I have no doubt the geniuses who run a clown show. I'm sure the same will happen with the login calendar. I have to laugh. I love the salt on this post, by the way. By the way, you've known about this exploit for years and didn't fix it. And then it built an entire event around it. This is the problem right here. They've known about this exploit for years, didn't fix it, built an entire event around it, expected alliances to group together and spend dozens of dollars, hundreds and hundreds of cores. And it's just a clown show. I don't know and we don't know what the calendar is going to be, but still, this is just truly horrible, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's no way the calendar is going to be equal to the difference in different reward tiers for the ranked rewards here. There's no way they're going to give that to everybody. They're not going to give what's that 80k armory 16 orbs to everybody.
40 orbs, right? That's 40 orbs. Yeah,
That's
if the
huge.
reward, I mean, if the people that got bumped down from 1% down to 2% don't get 40, because they played the event correctly, you know what I mean? Or not correctly, but like without the double dipping, right? I don't know how to refer to this without calling it, it's like, because they didn't even they call it an issue, right? Which is absurd. I think everybody needs to get bumped up a tier. Because like you said, if it wasn't for this ranking reward and people not knowing about it, or people knowing about it but choosing not to do it, like they, you know what I mean? Because they didn't want to get involved with it, right? That's where I was. I didn't want to get involved with this thing. And then it's like, and now they're just like, everybody's going to get compensation. Sorry. You know what I mean? It's so weird. I don't know how to, it's really frustrating, really. I mean, I really hope that nobody like you're talking about people in your alliance that said, if we don't place in the top 1%, they're going to quit. I think they have a legitimate complaint.
Well, yeah, because when you think of the cost of this event to do it legitly, I'm going to say the word legitly, was 450 cores per member minus 5 members. So 19 people had to do 450 and 5 members had to do 200. That was the cost of completing the milestones. And there was an assumption that, hey, that's a big investment.
Yep.
1% of the community is not going to do that.
Yep.
1% of the community might do 200 cores a day for all those rewards much quicker and much more easily to get your whole alliance on board, because you need to get your whole alliance on board for this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I understand where they're coming from when they say, I just dropped nearly 3,000. Some of us did drop 3,000 because we hit the 14K box a few days to try and counteract this workaround people were using. So if I drop 3,000 cores, I know what the dollar value to Scopely is for that. I feel like that should have been competitive enough for 1%. And if I don't get it, and I have to assume it's because there's exploiters, because people have come to me telling me they're exploiting. People are now coming to me laughing at me because I just got them free things by bringing this up. I'm sure you're going to get that too. So it's like, yeah, this is upsetting. This is very upsetting.
Yeah, it's upsetting. And I just want to say the event was scummy and felt bad from the beginning, right? Because it basically, you had to work. It took away agency from individuals. Basically, you had to work together in an alliance and spend money to get and it felt like Bacon put it like this. It was like one of the best events as far as rewards that they put a gun to your head to buy. I mean, not that, I wouldn't say that's a little extreme, right? And nobody is forced to do anything, but they made the event. This is a lot of rewards. I mean, this is basically, as far as the mini uniques, probably about a fifth of the progress, because it's 100 orbs. They have 2 pieces in each, right? It's 200 pieces. I know when I did my initial calculation for Dark Dimension 5, it looked like I needed about 1,000 total pieces of these mini uniques, and this is giving the top reward in this event is about a fifth of them, right? It's a big chunk of DD5, a big chunk of DD5.
Yeah, some characters is 36 pieces per piece. Some characters like Sabretooth need 1.
Right.
A lot of the new characters like the Web Warriors need 2, so they only need 72 each. This is a huge boost to your Dark Dimension progression. Yeah. It's giant.
From the math I did, it was about a fifth of it. I mean, it
Yeah.
that doesn't account for like the, the unique, the 13 pieces,
Origins.
yeah, and then the
Yeah.
catalysts, and then the origin pieces. I mean, there was more to it, but this was the biggest bottleneck was the uniques, and now, so the event was bad from the beginning, and then it turns out that there was an issue that's known about, and some people know about it, and some people didn't know about it. It was definitely a gray area. Some people called it an exploit. Some people called it cheating. A lot of words were used to describe this issue. That's the bet. It's, oh my God, right? And
Yeah, but for
people
some of those people
and a
to
lot of
say it's been around for years, how did you not know about it?
I didn't know
Why
about
would I
it.
know about this? Why would I know about
I didn't
this?
know about it.
I log in the morning, I do my donation. How am I supposed to know that there's some secret workaround if I do that at a certain time of the day? You can't expect everyone to just know this thing exists and then sweep it under the rug as like, oh, it's kind of just meant to be there. It's not an exploit, so I'm not going to call it an
Yeah.
exploit.
And not only was it a no, but not only I didn't know about it, but the people that knew about it said that it had been reported to the developers, and multiple people had reported this to the developers, which really annoys me that they built this event around a known issue that could have been fixed a year ago on a bad event from the first place, and then for it to be for people to get ahead and place in the higher tier because it's a blind auction. It's garbage. Anyways, that's the takeaway, is that this is all garbage, and I really hope that they can make right to the people that missed the top 1%, or they missed these breakpoints, right? Missed the top 5%. You know what I mean? They got bumped. I think everybody needs to get bumped up a level. That's the only way that I could think it could be fair, is that, like you could, if you place 31 to 40th percent, you may have been bumped down from the 30th percent. So you need to get the 30% rewards. And I don't know if they're going to be able to take the time to do that. I don't. What do you have? I can't see any other solution that even seems remotely fair.
I have no idea how a calendar could possibly make this correct, especially since the calendar is going to everybody.
Yeah, the calendar is going to go to everybody that got the.
I didn't even think of your suggestion. It seems like the only logical answer to me now. I had people in my alliance saying, like, if they don't give everybody 1% and give everybody their cores back, this is trash. That's obviously
Well, I mean, that's a possibility too, right? I mean, I'm not, but it's just because I feel like that the people that knew about the issue should have placed in the top 1%, so they're fine. I mean, I don't even know, because this issue is, you can do it through normal gameplay. There's probably a lot of people that did it accidentally. They don't even know about it. I mean, it's garbage. It's all garbage. Anything
how many people
go ahead.
are online during your offer review?
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. I don't know.
A couple hundred people might be doing all their daily stuff right then and there.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, be sure to head out Dorky Dad's channel. What do you think about this? In the comment section. I mean, I'm a little bit frustrated with this, but I do want to give some credit to Scopely and actually talking about it, kind of, even though it still didn't feel good. I guess if I was in their shoes, I probably would have talked about it the same way. I don't know if they have a better way of talking about it. Like, I don't know how I would have drafted this. I really don't. But in the past, they just ignored us, and so this is at least a change in that they actually acknowledge there's something's going on. Although I feel like it's never going to be enough, no matter what they say. You know what I'm talking about, right? It doesn't matter what they say; it's not going to be good enough.
No, because the trust is broken. And like you say, and I also believe this, all the owners should be put on Scopely, but it's really hard for players who are going to get knocked down not to look at their fellow players who they know did this with a little bit of resentment. So, like, I don't even, there's no way to make it right, except for, I think what you said is great. I think bump everyone up a tier. Sure, the people who did exploit are going to get a couple extra orbs, a couple extra T4s. Maybe they hit the jackpot, a couple extra million gold. I think there was 500,000 gold in that final box.
Yeah, my main issue is the people that played the event correctly, if that's the right word, and got bumped down a tier of rewards need to be made whole.
Yeah.
That's my main thing, and I don't think there's a way. I don't even know if there's a way of isolating alliances or people or any of that. I have no idea. Anyways, that it's just I think that like if someone played the event correctly and they got bumped down a tier, that's not right, and they should be upset. And those are the people that need to be, like we've said it over and over again. All right, be sure to head over to Dorky Dad's channel. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming.